Hi, I'm Stephanie Sage with Sage Restoration. Welcome to my series, First Time Homebuyer Tips. This week, I'm going to talk about some exterior things that you need to be aware of and take a look at when you're checking out some properties. So first of all, when you pull up, you always should look at the condition of the driveway, sidewalk, and the front steps, the roof, and the overall appearance of the paint of the home. But more importantly, you're going to want to go take a look at the actual trim around the windows. If the trim has a lot of peeling paint, it has wood rot, which means the wood is starting to decay. That could be an indication that water during times of heavy rains is making its way down into those little cracks and ultimately into the wall cavities of the home. And if water gets in those cavities, you have a potential for mold growth, which is definitely something that you don't want to take on, with your first purchase of a home. And the other thing that you need to take a look at is look at the house. If it's a newer home that has the egress windows, those are basically big giant window wells that are actually code for the home for the safety. So somebody, if there's a fire or something, the person has an escape route out of the basement. And I totally get that. But one thing that you need to be aware of is that sometimes these egress window wells have drains, sometimes they don't. But even if they do have drains, leaves and other debris can cover up the drain. And when there's heavy rains, water can build up in those window wells and ultimately make its way into your home. We've come across that numerous times in our line of work. So another thing is there a walkout finished basement? And is there steps leading down to the exterior door? Because that also should have a drain. And a lot of times, once again, that drain gets covered up with leaves and debris, and water can build up and ultimately make it through the basement door and into flood your basement. So those are just some things to be aware of. I'm not saying don't buy a house that has egress windows or the steps leading down to the door of the exterior door of the basement, but it's just something that you need to be aware of and make sure that you do proper maintenance and cleaning of these areas so that in times of heavy rains, you don't have a flooded basement. So those are my tips for this week. Check in next Wednesday. I'll have a few more exterior tips for you. In the meantime, happy house hunting and have a great week.